Alrighty. Howdy Neighbors and welcome to My Vow to My Liege. Now this is a game I know nothing about, but it was recommended to me, so I have so many concerns. I would like to start the game, please. Oh, Jesus Christ. Right-click to bring up the menu button. The menu includes Save, Load, Config. Scroll down with the mouse to view history. If you're using Windows, you can drag the screen to adjust the set. Done. The skip unread text is turned off by default. To skip the text in the replay section of the extras, Go to gaming. Oh, for better gaming experience and to protect the rights of the players who have purchased the game, please restrict all live videos, walkthrough videos, and screenshots to only the prologue. And the first 10 chapters! How fucking long is this game? Fair enough. First 10 chapters. I got you. Please keep an eye out for official announcements. Game reports, spoilers, and players' comments are not subjected to the chapters. Okay. I'll let you read this on your own accord. I have to click stuff. Do solemnly swear to the terms written above. Take the sacred vow with ye two. Bam. In the time of myths and legends, under the mandate of heaven, King Wu overthrew the corrupt king Yu and settled the Zhao dynasty with peace and prosperity. The good king secretly created a golden script to communicate with the gods and the demons, took a sacred vow with the heavens in exchange for the divine right to rule his government to the virtue. Using the golden script, he carved this vow to a large bronze vessel, the Dinge of Virtue. The vow and the dinge were passed down through generations of kings until it came into the hands of the corrupt King Ping, who broke the vow and lost the ding. The secret existence of the golden script then came to light, and the peace and prosperity of the Zhao dynasty started to wane as the land broke into smaller warring states. A time of chaos and turmoil has returned, and countries prepared for yet another war. Nickname? Games? Games. Their nickname. I'm just gonna make it be both. Because I don't know. Done. In a time of legends and a time of wars, a destiny of the great kingdom falls on the shoulders of a young girl. She's ready to ascend the throne of NG and fulfill the long-standing wish of her forefathers. I said I might not be convenient. Okay, let's hope I can read. Prologue. I read that. I can read, let's go! The opening skies that foretell the coming of impending rain feel suffocating. An island shrouded in mist stands in the middle of Lake Tai. At the heart of the island, on an altar, stand two banners of faded golden lines. Around them stand a group of motionless priestesses on the ground that has been tainted red with blood. We're off to a great start. They're very flowy. Before a large rectangle bronze ding, the head priest and the head priestess lead a liturgical procession headed by my royal father, He Lu, and all members of his household, including my brothers and I. Everyone here is well aware that this autumn's offering ceremony is anything but usual. We will soon be executing the dragon god that our country has worshipped for generations. Fu Shai, my third brother, who is standing next to me, keeps shivering in fear. Even though he is a year older than me, his lack of courage is alarming. I clench the jade fish amulet that Yi Guang lent me for protection as I steel myself. Xie Yi Guang, the son of the head priest and priestess, is currently east of Lake Tai on Tiger Hill, tending to the magical array that is set up there to steal the god. If we fail to execute the dragon god here, we will be able to steal him on Tiger Hill. The Shi family does indeed live up to their reputation of being the most formidable priests and priestesses in the Ng Kingdom. I know that means something, but I can't read it properly. The NG. Ooh, steamy. My father, the king, takes the incense from the head priest and bows reverently to the sacred ding. I like his mustache. Even though we were far away from Tiger Hill, we can see the smoke rising from its fiery beacon, a sign that Yi Guang is ready to steal off the god. There's no way for my father to withdraw from this battle.
龙神只能辅助，今日一事，关乎吴国社稷，寡人不能败。
The dragon god needs to die. We cannot afford to fail. For if we do, we will obliterate the kingdom of NG. A sense of resolution can be seen in my father's expression. I take a deep breath, only to have my senses assaulted with the stench of rotten fish, which makes it hard to breathe. I want to see this dragon. God, I want to see it so bad. The putrid soil, withered reeds, and the smell of blood. Pull yourself together, Games. You are, after all, the royal princess of NG, I quietly tell myself. Although Yi Guang and I are both 14 years old, he's already shouldering so many responsibilities, while I still have much room to improve. The autumn offering ritual is beginning. The priestesses start their ritual chants. Like the smoke from the burning incense, the sound of their chanting drifts away with the wind toward the lake. The head priest and priestess start dancing to the chants. Their long sleeves trail gracefully behind them, like wings of a white crane taking flight, or the fins of a fish in water. For the first time seeing the sacred, transcending fish dance, I'm in trance. Fu Shai suddenly tugs at my sleeve to make me realize that our two older brothers have already walked forward, reached into the ding, and are now placing something under their lips. It's blood. That is fucking foul. It's disgusting. staring at the red, viscous liquid in the bronze sting. I feel a sense of dreaded apprehension in the pit of my stomach. I quickly touch some of the blood to my lips, with a strange greasy feeling that still lingers on my fingertips. We summon the power of heaven to slay the dragon god. To be... I didn't finish. Together with the crowd, I start to chant the words of our vow with a trembling heart. Slaying a god. What an insane notion. As we chant, bits of golden light flowed out of my father's body to merge with the golden beam of light that is emitted from the center of the bronze sting. I gave myself and my 3 older brothers. It seems that we are in the same transcendental state as our father. As the head priest and priestess dance, the banners start to flutter in the wind. A golden beam pierces the dark clouds, breaking them apart to reveal a clear, bright autumn sky. A black arrow flies through the sky and lands at my father's feet. I ain't mad. Over 100 black-robed priests surround the altar. The man who appears to landed to be leading them with the previous head priest, My Liege. Did he defeat the other country so many years ago?
无耻河驴，竟敢背叛历代巫王和龙神结下的神盟！
You're shameless, Hilu. How dare you betray the dragon god and break the sacred vow that your ancestors have kept with him?
既无成仁德通天道，岂可再屈从此等鬼神妖物？
My ancestors and I have been following the righteous way of the heaven when the dragon god deceived us. How can we submit to such a demonic monster any longer? Without any hesitation, my father draws out a sword. This is supposed to be a holy time! What the fuck? At the altar, the black and white figures intertwine in the chaos and create a third color, red. And by one, young priestesses start falling to the men in the black robes, their beautiful faces and supple bodies breaking into pieces of meat. As blood flows like water into the lake, you can hear rumbling sounds coming from all 4 corners of the lake, like that of a monster leaping out of the water. Oh! Oh, kill it! Kill it with fire. The first time I ever laid eyes on the dragon god. This gigantic, white creature is beautiful yet terrifying. I stand motionlessly, unable to take my gaze off the creature. Yes, to stand before this absolute power, it feels so insignificant. It feels like an offense. I'm caught off guard when the head priestess pulls me away and into the bosoms of my older brothers, propelling forth her magical sword of water. They miss me by the skin of my teeth or fly toward the dragon god, piercing. Mage John uses a malicious glare.
今日，就让你们见识见识真正的神威！
Today you will taste the divine power of the dragon god. Ooh, what the fuck? Well, the head priest is gonna die. He gives a long whistle, summoning tall columns of muddy water from the lake. In an instant, they rush at the head priest and my brothers, all of whom are there to safeguard us.
无限！
Jean. Now I know how to say it. The father gives a roar of anguish that resounds in all directions of the floor, as the phrase, "We have failed to kill the dragon god," shrills repeatedly in my ears.
河驴，你的子嗣俱亡，你死之前就好好品味品味这等绝望的滋味吧。
Hilu, your sons are all dead. Enjoy the taste of despair and defeat before you die. The bodies of my brothers are surrounded by columns of brackish water. A severed pinky lands at my feet. Which of my brothers did it belong to? I cannot endure it anymore with Thorpe on the ground. In order to continue grief, the head priestess calls forth an ice flame, pierces through the sacred dage. Instead of semi-consciousness, I hear her call out,
请李魂为我令，转阵为锋。
Spirit Ding, obey me. Capture the dragon. A bright white light emits out of the belly of the Ding. It transforms into a large, ferocious tiger. It picks out the head of the dragon inside the vessel, and shatters it into tiny pieces. A terrifying dragon, like a dying fish, as they alternate twitching weakly and helplessly. Its colossal body quickly disintegrates, giving off the strong sting of rotten fish.
神君
My severing god. Ooh. No! Oh, fuck! CG was different! Oh, no! All of a sudden, Mage Jane furiously stabs the short blade into the back of the head priestess. But our tiger suddenly disappears. Instead, mindlessly at the sacred ding. It gives off the last bit of golden light before absorbing the body of the dragon inside of it. Mage, the madman, passes through. From behind Mage, my father cuts his head off clean with the blow of his sword. Before my eyes, fresh, red blood trails from the severed head as it lets out a hideous laugh.
背叛者的血脉必将众叛亲离，今日之恨必将千百倍还至你身。
The descendants of the betrayer will be cast out. This evil deed that you've done today will be avenged 1,000 times over.
国破家亡，灰飞烟灭。
Your nation will crumble, families will be torn apart, everything you treasure will be turned to ash. Saying this, Mage Jian's head explodes. Explodes? Bubbles of his blood turn into blades as they fly at me. My goes blank. The blades of blood fall short, set a few inches away, as I unconsciously clutch the amulet with only one name on my lips. Yi Wang. Chapter 1! That was just the prologue! I feel like I already need a recap episode. Oh, fuck me. Alright. So, to recap, they were trying to do a ritual in order to kill a dragon. This one guy said, actually, you're not going to, because fuck you. Grabbed a whole bunch of his bros and went over there and started killing fools left and right. And they did eventually kill the dragon god. But the guy that said, actually, no, you won't, decided to put a curse on the family, saying, actually, your kingdom is gonna die now, because you suck. And that's what I got from it. I could be very wrong. Because a lot happened in the span of a short amount of time. But yeah, pretty much everybody's dead. Except for like 4 people, I think. Or 2 that we know. Anyway, continuing. Liege.
Xiaojun.
My liege. Oh. Hi, sir. Chen Feng, is that you?
少君，您刚刚一直在呓语。
My liege, you were talking to sleep again. My chest. The sacred seal that was on my chest is hurting terribly again. Reached to the point that I can't even cry out. With trembling hands, I search for the thing I need so desperately. Where is it? Where could it be?
少君，鱼在这里。
My liege, the jade fish is over there. Raise the amulet to my chest as its icy coldness slowly eases the pain until it completely fades away. Pain is now replaced with a feeling of intense abhorrence. This vile sacred seal on my chest is proof of my detestable connection to the dragon god. Even now, with that monster sealed up on Tiger Hill, the vow that puts me in this situation has yet to be broken. This torturous pain that flares up whenever and wherever has caused me a lot of misery.
还未到5个。
The 5th watch has yet to arrive. My loyal guard sees my pale and exhausted expression. He gently continues to wipe down my cold sweat. Although he and I are long used to these situations, it feels really out of place. Oh, what feels really out of place is the dream I just had. It felt so real. We just jumped over the incident that happened 5 years ago. I guess... Oh, right, Royal We. Forgot.
我在这里陪着你。
I'm here with you. I give a bitter laugh. Shunfeng's loyalty is unquestionable, but we both know that this burden is mine alone to bear. Shunfeng, do you think that there is a problem with the seal? Could that be why the former king and our older siblings have entered our dreams, urging us to break the sacred vow as soon as possible?
只是因为先王忌日将近。
The only reason you're having this dream is because the death anniversary of the former king is drawing nearer. Oh, so we are the only one. Cool. Is that so?
施家咒力强大，余玉尚且能用，何况是凝结全族心血的封神阵？
Just take the jade fish for example. If the amulet made by the Shi clan is still effective against the sacred seal on your chest, then should not the seal that was made with the blood, sweat, and tears of an entire clan be even more effective? Blood, sweat, and tears. Flesh and blood is more like it. Now help us bathe and change your clothes.
少君，昨日之事让你心忧至此，还是休朝为好。
My liege, it might be better for you to take a break today, as you were quite distressed by what happened yesterday. Are you saying that we are unable to handle the pesky envoy of Koi?
臣风不敢。
Shunfeng would not dare. Change your clothes. Shunfeng assists me as I walk to the throne. Luckily the curtains are closed, so no one can see how helpless their king is. Prime Minister, tell us, what is on today's agenda? Prime Minister.
启禀大王，武相国今日并未上朝。
Your Majesty, Prime Minister Wu is not in court today. Is he ill?
武相国昨日还精神奕奕地与臣争论，何病之有啊？
Yesterday, Prime Minister Wu was full of vigor as he debated with me. What kind of illness could he possibly have today? Then does Minister Bo know the reason for Prime Minister's absence?
这个臣不知。
This I do not know. Other than the death anniversary of my father and brothers, Wu Zixu will never miss a day in court. He comes out early every day to organize his reports and documents. That's why the other ministers have taken to calling him Prime Minister of the 4th Watch behind his back. But now, it's already near the end of the 5th Watch. I look towards Chen Feng. He nods his head in acknowledgement and quietly takes his leave.
哈，浩浩无都，竟然把相国都丢了，也难怪找不回敝国的小小史官了。
If you can lose your prime minister in your kingdom's capital, there's no wonder why you can't find your low-ranking officer.
公孙乙，你区区一个齐国使臣，怎能随意闯进吴国朝堂？
Gong Sun Yi, how dare you intrude on the court of Ning?
是你们大王允诺，我可在姑苏城内外寻找我国失踪的随臣。
It was your king who had agreed to let me search for my kingdom's missing officer in Gusu City.
大王，难道您这吴宫不在姑苏城内吗？
Your Majesty, isn't your court within Gusu City?
巧言令色。
Well, aren't you eloquent? We understand that you have your duties to carry out, and that is why we have already sent our guards to search outside of the city and the surrounding villages. So please do not worry.
大王休要用这话打发我。
Your Majesty, you are only saying that to dismiss me.
史官明明就是在虎丘山下遭遇歹人失踪的，为何不准我等上山寻人？
Our archival officer obviously encountered some evil happenstance when he passed Tiger Hill. So why will you not let me search for him up there?
虎丘乃是吴国先王陵墓，岂能容你们这些外人造次？
The grave of the former king of Ning is up on Tiger Hill. How can we let an outsider like yourself disturb it?
既然是陵墓重地，怎么还会遇上蒙面歹徒呢？
How would he have encountered bandits if this is such an important place to your kingdom?
少来咄咄逼人，礼道何存？
Stop being so persistent and be mindful of your manners.
怕是你们吴国失礼在先。
I'm afraid it was the kingdom of Ni that drew first blood.
我公诚心诚意要与吴国结为兄弟之邦，才来与大王商议联姻之事。
It is my sincerest wish that the kingdoms of Ni and Gui become close allies. And that is why I approach your majesty on the topic of marriage. Girl, no!
没想到大王模棱两可，就这么一天天吊着我们。
I do not think your majesty would be so non-committal in giving us a simple yes or no answer to the marriage proposal.
如今救人之事又推三阻四，这难道是你们吴国特有的待客之礼不成？又叫我齐国如何敢来结盟？
And now your majesty is hindering our search to save lives by brushing us off with excuses. How can we possibly ally ourselves with the kingdom of Ni?
其使再三失礼于大王与吴国，大王还要忍到什么时候？
The envoy of Kui has been repeatedly rude to your majesty and the kingdom of Ni. How long is your majesty going to endure this mistreatment? Gong Sun Yi, are you threatening us?
不敢，只是心中存疑，还望大王解惑。
I would not dare. I hope you understand that I am still very anxious. I also hope that you understand that when envoys of Kui are granted an audience, we had no knowledge of the aforementioned archival officer. And now, you would slight your kingdom's ally just to look for someone as insignificant as him. We have treated you and your men as distinguished guests, fed you the same food as we eat, and have even ignored the fact that you have intruded on our court. Yet you scorn to humiliate us in front of our ministers and officers. How dare you, Gong Sun Yi? Take a picture of sentence. Everyone in the room has their heads on the hilts of their swords. Gong Sun Yi and his men take a few steps back in line. Gong Sun Yi recollects himself and bows to me with a hand-on-hand salute.
是外臣失礼了。
It is I, the foreign envoy, who is rude.
失踪史官乃我世教，盼大王宽宏大度，不计我情急之过。
The missing officer is a family friend, and I hope that your majesty would be gracious enough to forgive me for making things too far.
然而，联姻事关两国邦交，若不能完成我公交代给我的任务，还要让我公蒙羞， 倒真不如一死谢罪。
Besides, if I were to fail in the mission that my liege has given me, of joining our two kingdoms through marriage, then I would be grateful for a death sentence you would offer on me for being discourteous to you. Fine. It is only natural that your heart would be troubled with such situations arise. So the ministers were about to protest in anger. I raised my hand to stop them. It is pointless to allow this argument to become personal, and for us to allow the laughing stock of the kingdom. Mr. Gongsun, in admiration for your loyalty, we'll let you off this time. But next time, we hope that you will be more discerning over what is more important.
多谢大王。
Thank you very much, Your Majesty. Actually, it is not that we are unwilling to marry your kingdom's princess, nor are we trying to make things difficult for you. It is yet to be 3 years since the former king died, and we had hoped to review the marriage proposal after his approaching death anniversary. Please rest at the guest house for the next 2 days, while we personally go to Tiger Hill to find your missing officer.
既然吴王承诺，外臣回去便是。但2日后若还不能见到人，外臣就不得不亲自上山寻人了。
Since Your Majesty has made this promise to me, I will wait for your good news. But if in 2 days you are still unable to find my missing officer, I will have to go to Tiger Hill to personally look for him. Men, send Mr. Gongsun back to the guest house and attend to his every need. I have a sigh of relief when I see Gongsun Yi leave. My body crumples involuntarily while I sit. A pair of familiar hands steady me as a calm voice drifts into my ears.
上朝前，有白衣侍童拜访相国府，之后相国便随他匆匆出城了。
Before the court was called to session, an attendant in white paid a visit to the Prime Minister. After that, the Prime Minister was rushed out of the city. In white. Could it be someone from the Temple of the Tiger Hill?
相国确实是向城北而去。
The Prime Minister had indeed headed north. For the envoy of Kui to cause such an uproar over such a lowly officer, we are afraid that there is more than meets the eye with a simple diplomatic relationship. Shenfang, bring us back to our chamber and change our clothes. We want to look for Prime Minister personally.
No.
Understood.
少君的中衣都已湿透，还是留在宫里休息为妥。
My liege, your clothes are soaked in sweat. Please rest in the palace instead. If our clothes are wet, all we need to do is change into dry ones. Help us change our clothes. I stood my arms in front of the mirror to reveal a pale, thin body with hard lines and scars from years of practicing martial arts. And yet I have soft breasts of a woman. God, look at those eyes, so cold and calculated. I love it. This is Fushai. Look, this body has been ruined beyond recognition. There isn't an ounce of womanly features left. I'm neither a princess nor a king. I'm a monster.
吴国有了少君，才得以延续。
It is because the kingdom of Liege has a liege that we can continue to exist. Is that so? Then why do I have to be humiliated like I was today? Keep wasting my energy on Gongsun Yi. Only a man can continue the family name. As long as I keep pretending to be a man, the kingdom of Ni can continue on for generations to come. And the other kingdoms would not dare trample on mine.
少君为王，不逊色于世间任何男儿。
My liege, as the king, you are not inferior to any man on earth. No, wrong one, sorry. Really, maybe so. But people are superficial and would rather have a monster than a woman as their king.
少君何苦这么轻贱自己？
My liege, why do you despise yourself so? Myself? I no longer have a sense of self. Perhaps we will need to take a wife and have sons in a few months' time. Ha ha. Shenfeng, do you think the sacred seal on my chest has changed a bit in its color?
臣没有细看过。
I've never looked carefully at it. Forget it. Once it turns completely black, our death will be imminent.
使臣们已从各地寻来神器，积少成多，定能破除神盟。
The envoys have already acquired a few sacred artifacts from their various places. Soon we'll be able to break the sacred vow. Those are fakes, just like us.
大王，
Your Majesty. What is it?
相国派人送的信来。
The Prime Minister has sent you a message. Shenfeng quickly steps out of my room, only to return with tightly rolled up piece of cloth. Read.
寂渺生变，速来虎丘。
The change to the temple. Come quickly to Tiger Hill. The Prime Minister has good foresight. He knew that we would go search for him.
恳请少君多保重，派陈峰去见相国吧。
Please be cautious, my liege, and send me to see the Prime Minister in your stead. This is urgent. Prepare the carriage. Go, 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 go. The late coming spring grows grasses and leaves lusciously green. Overhead, the Orioles sing, while the winsome villagers tender sweet bring. I cannot admire this beautiful scenery before me, even though Chen Feng does not prevent me from leaving the palace. I take a revitalizing pill to be safe. The bitter taste that fills my mouth serves as a constant reminder that I need to protect this broken body. Only Chen Feng clutches the hilt of his sword. What is wrong?
守灵人的屋子那边围着士兵。
There are soldiers surrounding the caretaker's hut. Let's have a look.
大王，
Your Majesty. Something happened over here.
武相国令我们在此看管守灵人勾践，他是杀人嫌犯。
Prime Minister Wu has ordered us to watch over the prisoner here at the caretaker's hut. He is suspected of murder. Murder? Murder? Means that someone has died. Wow! For Wu Zizhu to be so anxious. Could the victim be a missing archival officer from the Kingdom of Kui, or... To push aside the soldier to go into the caretaker's hut, I hear a loud cry from the victim, or from
C'est谁?
Who is it? Hear the familiar voice, my mind, foggy from the medicine, suddenly becomes clear. Cannot go in as the King of Ni.
相国有令，不准和任何人交谈。
The Prime Minister has ordered the prisoner not be allowed to talk to anyone.
任何人？难道兵大哥你不是人吗？
Aren't you someone then, Mr. Soldier?
他娘的！
Shut up. The muffled sound of a heavy force hitting soft flesh. Stop. Let me go silently inside the house. Although I do not want to rush headfirst into things, I cannot sit idly by and do nothing, right? Until we have all the details, no one is to treat the suspect so harshly.
诺。
Understood. And the galloping horses goes louder and louder behind me. I turn around to see a pair of fierce, majestic eyes looking right at me. A white-haired man reins in his horse and looks down at me from its back. Prime Minister. That's the Prime Minister? Oh, fuck. Rozizu greets me casually, with a hand-on-hand salute. He takes a slated, sidelong glance at the crude stone house where Gojian was being held.
都到这时候了，少君还有心顾念那只白眼狼吗？
Is this the appropriate time for you to concern yourself with the vicious ingrate, my liege? You heard us. Gojian is still the king of Wei, after all. Let's not go overboard.
他既已入吴为奴，就应该安守本分。
He lost the war to Ni and entered our kingdom as a slave. You should be treated like one. Zizu hardens his expression and throws me unceremoniously onto the back of his horse. Prime Minister.
陈峰，跟上。
Shenfeng, follow me. Zizu starts out in a gallop as he heads to the temple at the top of the hill. He stretches out his thick arms to hold me firmly by the waist, without the slightest intention of slowing down. Though he has always done what he likes, he has never let me come to any harm. He's really let our side and lay my body against his. The faint, disgusting stink of rotten fish walks by. I notice then that Wu Zizu's hand is stained with dried blood. Are you hurt?
这是大柱的血。
This is the blood of the head priest. Again? Is that the reason why you left the city at dawn today?
大柱派人通知臣，有几位黑衣覆面的贼人闯入了祭庙禁地，臣不得已先行赶往祭庙，没能及时告知少君。
The head priest sent word to me that men dressed in black had snuck into the Forbidden Temple. I needed to rush there, and did not have time to inform you, my liege. Men dressed in black. Could it be?
正是巫显一党的余孽。5年前，先王和臣将吴国各地的龙神信徒剿灭殆尽，已经很久没听到他们的消息了。
They are the survivors of the followers, once led by Mei Chen. 5 years ago, the former king and I exterminated all the followers of the dragon god here in He. It has been a long while since I have last heard about any of them.
如今，他们竟敢大摇大摆地侵入虎丘禁地，恐怕是为了被封印在内的龙神而来。
Since they had the audacity to enter the Forbidden Temple on Tiger Hill, they probably come for the dragon god who is sealed there. How did the intruders get past the guards on Tiger Hill and into the Forbidden Temple? What did the head priest say?
臣还在调查，大柱他受伤了。
I'm still investigating it. The head priest is injured. I feel a sharp pain in my chest as I recall the aftermath of the failed attempt to execute the dragon god, as well as the nightmare I had this morning. Still, blood is getting strong as we get closer to the temple. In front of the temple gates, next to some trees, are 2 corpses covered in hay. Chen Feng parts the hay to look underneath it. One of the men is dressed in all black, and the other is just another warrior. The tattoos on the face of the man in black looks almost identical to the sacred seal on my chest.
少君
Hi. I like your jewelry, my liege. An elegant and delicate-looking youth steps out of the temple. It is the head priest. He is the head priest! Zhang Dan. Wow. The linen that is wrapped around his wrist shows traces of blood. Notice the direction of my gaze.
小伤，不碍事的，让少君担心了。
Okay, but I like your voice. It is nothing serious. I'm sorry to have worried you, my liege. Where is the centurion who was on duty last night? I'm going to punish him for neglecting his duties.
那群歹人是龙神信徒，善用妖法，又是半夜侵入，也难怪守卫们没有察觉。
It would have been difficult for the guards to suspect a thing. The invaders were followers of the dragon god. They came in the middle of the night, in a group, and used magic to infiltrate Tiger Hill. A group?
有3个。
There was 3 of them.
凌晨时，我听到庙外传来一声凄厉尖叫，怕是什么鬼魅之物，便亲自出来查看。
God, I love your voice. It's great. I heard a scream before dawn broke, and fearing that some kind of evil was afoot, I went out to investigate for myself.
没想到，看到3位黑衣人在围攻一位少年和一位武士。
It was then that I saw 3 men dressed in black assaulting a teenager and a warrior. Was it the warrior laying over there?
正是。武士当时为保护少年， 已经受了致命伤，但人们听到动静就要逃跑，被我拦住了。
Yes, that warrior had been fatally wounded while trying to protect the teenager. Hearing the commotion, the invaders attempted to escape, but I stopped them. Even if you can use magic, the odds of winning 3 against 1, especially with hostages to consider, are not good.
少君教训的是，只是当时也没想那么多。
You have a point, my liege, but at the time I was not thinking clearly.
等我击杀了其中一个，才发现他们的来头。本打算留个活口，反倒被他们钻了空子。
It was only after I had killed one of them that I discovered who they were. I wanted to leave one alive, but they managed to find an opening.
剩下2个人带着那少年逃跑了。
The other 2 took the teenager and escaped.
大柱说那2人都受了伤，其中一个伤了腹部，还比较重。臣已经派人去追寻他们的踪迹了。
The head priest said that the 2 who escaped were injured. I have already sent people to track them down.
相国想得周到，这等血腥之事，我不想惊扰少君，才派人找来了相国。没想到相国给我说了齐国史官失踪一事。
Prime Minister Wu is very shrewd. I did not want to disturb my liege with such sanguinary matters, and so I approached him instead. I was surprised when he told me about the missing archival officer from Kui.
那武士的打扮与吴国士兵的不同，臣妄自揣测，被挟持的少年便是昨日失踪的齐国史官，武士是他的护卫。
The warrior's clothing is different from that of the native armies. I believe the kidnapped teenager is the missing officer, and this warrior was his bodyguard. I carefully examined the warrior's armor, and find that it is as Wu Zizhu says. I have to admit, his powers of observation and deduction are very keen. These people must be the villains that Wang So-yi spoke of, leaving aside the reason why they would kidnap someone from Kui. If they were trying to infiltrate the Forbidden Temple, they must be attempting to undo the spell that has sealed the Dragon God.
我查看过陵墓附近，倒没有什么异状。
I searched around the mausoleum and found nothing suspicious. We would still feel better if we could see it for ourselves. Prime Minister, we want you to chase down the 2 intruders and rescue the archival officer.
臣会亲自去寻。
I will personally go and find him. Sun Fang, we want you to help the Prime Minister.
诺。
Understood. Prime Minister, when you get back, we would like more details on why you think the King of Uri murdered someone. Or Yue.
诺。
Understood. This is wild. So much happens all at once. Like I feel like I'm losing my damn mind. There's a clear pond behind my royal father, Healer's dedicated hall. Behind the pond is a hidden entrance where the dragon god is sealed. Look at the sacred seal engraved to the stone tablets surrounding the pond. I involuntarily clutched the clothes covering my chest. The beautiful and magnificent pattern depicts the endless, dark abyss that has swallowed up countless souls of Ni's kings. I too am one step away from the abyss.
剑池没有入侵痕迹，又需少君和我协力才能开启。逆贼就算进到这里，也只能干瞪眼。
There are no signs that anyone has entered the sword pond. It takes the 2 of us to open it after all. So even if the invaders had come here, they would not have been able to get in. We know you have always been a cautious person, and so we are not just worried about what happened outside of the sword pond, but also over the chief culprit who is locked up inside.
查验风阵总是妥当些，还请少君自省。
I agree. I humbly ask, my liege, to please offer some of your blood. Make a small cut on my finger with the dagger, and place the bloody tip against the seal engraved to the entrance. The same seal at the bottom of the pond starts to give off a faint red glow. Zhang Dan casts a spell that magically drains the pond. When the seal turns completely red, the bottom of the stone pond transforms into 2 doors that slide apart to reveal a flight of steps leading downwards. I take a deep breath and smell the faint stink of rotten fish. I am unsure if the smell is coming from outside of the temple, or from my memory of the terrible experience that happened 5 years ago. We follow the steps down and enter a spacious hall at the bottom. It's a naturally formed cave. In the middle is an altar that's carved out of the cave itself. The walls were covered in spells that glow a faint fluorescent blue. 3,000 sacred swords that give off a cold, light blue were staged to the ground around the altar in a type formation. In the middle of the altar sits a large bronze vessel. The Ding of Virtue. This brings to mind the nightmare from earlier on. It makes the image of the dragon having its head crushed in a square vessel seem all too real.
自从5年前德鼎封了龙神精魂后，就一直散发着怨恨之气。加上池底阴寒，少君不能在这里耽搁太久。
Ever since the dragon god was sealed here 5 years ago, its resentment and hatred has infected the atmosphere to a great extent. Such a chilling air is not good for you, my liege, and you should not linger here for too long. Sure, we just want to take a look before we leave.
那我来为少君引路。
I understand. I will lead the way. Zhang Dan writes a spell in the air. The swords that were set to the ground around the altar part to form a very narrow pathway. I approach the square ding and stroke it softly. Not only does the ding hold the resentment and hatred of the dragon god, it also holds that of my own feelings and those who've died. I walk halfway around the ding and I'm suddenly struck by something unusual on the surface. Head priest, can the ding be damaged from outside forces?
德鼎是天子与天道结盟时所入的盟书，有神力相护，历经100年依然如新，不会轻易破损。
The Ding of Virtue is made from the sacred text and was created by the Emperor of Zhao, and the heavenly gods formed their pact. It is protected by godlike powers and cannot be damaged. Look over here.
这是
This is... Ooh. What's turned pale as we touch the crack in the ding? It was a very thin crack, stands the entire belly of the ding, and its edges are turning black. Not gonna break my fucking ass, bitch! Your nation will crumble. Families will be torn apart. Everything you treasure will turn to ash and dust.
少君
My liege. It's not good, head priest. The sacred seal on our chest has been acting up again this morning.
难怪少君气色不佳。
No wonder you look so pale, my liege. If not but for that, we would not have come to the bottom of this pond. The followers of the dragon god are active right now in this crack. Head priest, is the dragon god going to break free? Zhang Dan clutches my cold, clammy hands tightly. An unfamiliar, terrifying stillness descends upon us.
少君莫要吓唬自己。封神阵本来就是权宜之计，靠德鼎神力维持，经年累月，德鼎肯定有所损耗。
My liege, you are scaring yourself. The sealing spell that was originally cast upon the dragon god had borrowed its power from the ding itself, but it was only a means to an end. As the years pass, it is to be expected that the ding is now worse for wear.
我们只要抓紧时间，找到能诛灭龙神精魂的神器，大定也就能功成身退了。
We only need to make the best use of our time and find a sacred artifact that will exterminate the soul of the dragon god. then the sacred ding will be as good as new. For the past 5 years, the former king and us have tirelessly searched for such an artifact. We have yet to find neither hide nor hair of one.
这座德鼎也是先王屡次伐楚，流了多少血，破了多少城，千辛万苦才从楚国国都寻来的。
Even this ding has survived much bloodshed and sacrifice. The former king faced innumerable hardships and perils to take it from the capital of Chu.
神器如果都那么容易被找到，还能叫神器吗？
If a sacred artifact is so easily found, can it still be called a sacred artifact? For the entirety of his life, the former king thought of nothing but of how to execute the dragon god, and he fought bloody battles to break the sacred vow. So how can we forget his unfulfilled wish so easily? I tenderly shook the crack as my father's final moments came to mind all too vividly.
子胥，寡人的3个儿子都在太湖被龙神杀了，只剩下他了。
Zishu, my 3 sons were killed by the dragon god at Lake Tai. Gabe's the only one left.
这2年来，他都借着老三夫差的名义，由你教导。如今，寡人大限将至，这神蒙印也传到了他身上。吴国能否存续，就看你的了。
For the past 2 years, she has borrowed her 3rd brother's name, Fu Shai, and has been taught by you. Now that the sacred seal has also been passed on to her, and her life is coming to an end, the survival of the kingdom of Ni will now depend on you.
如果顺利过了继位这关，即可为他秘密举办婚礼。
If she can successfully ascend the throne, then you are to hold a secret wedding ceremony for her immediately.
寻找神器、破神盟和延续吴国血脉这2件事，都不能耽误。
We cannot stop looking for the sacred artifact that will break the sacred vow, or allow our bloodline to come to an end.
继吾祖先被龙神欺骗，代代无望，都被逼以自身魂魄为祭品。可总有些族人，总觉得只要满足他，就能永保安宁。
The dragon god deceived our ancestors, and since then, every generation of kings has paid the price with their bodies and souls. But some people believe that as long as they satisfy the dragon god, they'll be able to live on in peace and prosperity.
真是太蠢！
They are too naive.
只有你能继承寡人的志向，子胥会帮你排除一切障碍。
GamesRHard, you are the only one who can inherit our will. Zishu will help you to remove all the obstacles in your way.
记住，只有用血把我们自己的命运夺回来，才叫天之正道。
Remember, only by using our own blood can we take back our rightful destiny, and thus call it the righteous way to heaven.
必无忘仇，誓破神盟。
Forget not your revenge, and swear to break the sacred vow. We forget not our revenge, and we swear to break the sacred vow. No matter what, we cannot let the dragon god escape and become a blight of the people of this kingdom.
我明白，但我曾听一言， 欲速则不达。
I understand, but haste makes waste.
世家曾是吴越第一武，倾尽全族之力才勉强封印住龙神的精魂。我们更要谨慎小心才是。
The Shi clan was the most powerful clan of mages in all of Ni and Yue. And even then, it took the lives of the entire clan to seal the soul of the Dragon God. We must be more vigilant. So even if we worry ourselves to death of the whole affair, it will all be for naught.
虽然急，却到不了那个地步。
Even if it is urgent, we still have some time. We do not need to drive ourselves to our aforementioned deaths. Zhang Dan raises his eyebrows as his facial features finally relax. I don't know if he's trying to reassure me, or if he's confident in that everything will be well. And with that, I am going to end this episode here. I need to make sure I say it because it just threw me right out. Okay, cool. Yes. So, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you later.